You're welcome to Mosaic Media channel. If this is your first time of coming across our content, I urge you to subscribe to our channel so that you can always see our content when it is released. Also, do well to like this video and feel free to share with loved ones. God bless you. Alright, today we'll be talking about how the church rejected speaking in tongues and how God used the Azusa Street Revival to revive the 20th century Christendom. Okay, now February 22, 1906, William J Seymour, that's the pioneer of the Azusa Street Revival, was invited to preach at Julia Unchin's church. During his first sermon, he preached that speaking in tongues was the first biblical evidence of the inevitable infilling of the Holy Spirit. On the following Sunday, March 4th, he returned to the church where he preached and found that Unchins, that's the host, had padlocked the door. Elders of the church rejected Seymour's teaching, primarily because he has not experienced his teachings. Condemnation of his message also came from the Holiness Church Association of Southern California, with which the church had affiliation. Now, I love you to know that this teaching was strange to the culture of the church as at then. Yes, speaking in tongues was foreign. Now, then the question now is, then why was he so bold to preach about speaking in tongues? You need to hear this. William J Seymour was a student of a Pentecostal preacher, CHARLES PARHAM. So Seymour inherited that belief from his teacher. Okay, now Seymour and a small group of followers soon relocated to the home of Richard and Ruth Asbury at 216 North Bonnie Bay Street. So they get together and prayed to receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now, on April 9th, 1906, after 5 weeks of Seymour's preaching and prayer, and 3 days into an intended 10-day fast, one among the brethren, that's Edward S. Lee, spoke in tongues for the very first time. It was like a miracle, and soon 6 others began to speak in tongues as well, including Jenny Moore, who would later become Seymour's wife. A few days later, on April 12th, Seymour spoke in tongues for the first time after praying all night. News of the event quickly circulated among the Black Americans, Latino, and white residents of the city. For several nights, various speakers would preach to the crowd of curious and interested onlookers. In the same spirit, Unchins, that's the woman that chased William J Seymour from our church, that rejected Seymour's teaching, that padlocked the door, eventually spoke in tongues. She did not just speak in tongues, she invited our whole congregation to be part of the move. So as our whole congregation began to attend the meetings, soon the crowd became very large and were full of people speaking in tongues, shouting and singing. Because of the population explosion, they had to relocate. The Azusa Street is now considered to be the birthplace of Pentecostalism. And so by the grace of God, today we can see blasting in tongues in every region in Africa. We have preachers like Apostle Idu that have now grown in the spirit freely. Preachers like Apostle Aaron Mosaic, Apostle Joshua Selman, and other great men. Because God kickstarted a move with a man. So God used the Azusa Street Revival to rekindle, to reset that fire. Now, thank you so much. We deeply appreciate each and every one that listened to this story. Thank you for listening to this wonderful story. Feel free to leave a comment on how you feel about this story. Stay plugged. God bless you. See you next time.